Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio, and these are the cards that were supposed to be for week 13. And I did the cards and I didn't bother to record anything, and then I forgot about them. And so I moved on and did another group of cards, and those became week 13. So these are week 14, unless I've got that all backwards and mixed up, and hopefully the title will have it correct, even if I don't currently. But these are the cards we're going to be doing. And you may recognize these if you follow. Let's go to her page and see. This is Jennifer McGuire, and she did these shadow box cards a couple weeks ago, I think it was. Oh, it says a month ago. And I'll put a link to the video to help you find it. But she did these cards, and I just thought they were so cute. Now, hers turned out a little better than mine. Just because, well, she did it differently, but you can kind of see along this edge here where you can see my folds, and you can't really see them on hers. But, you know, that's probably just me lining things up improperly. But anyway, this is her version, and like I said, I'll link this video below. And then you have my version, which are these. And I did use a die on mine. Specialty die, which you don't have to do. You can do this any number of ways, but this is how I did it. And I don't know if you can see, but you can see the fold on the edge here. I don't think it looks bad, but hers definitely didn't show up that way. So somewhere along the way I've done something not quite right. But anyway, today I'm going to create the settings for this in Cricut, and then you can use whatever you want, whether you want to use a different shape to cut it out or a die to cut it out. That's up to you. But I'm just going to show you how to set this up in the Cricut, and then I'll share that file as well if you're interested. And then you can make whatever adjustments you want to it. But to get that file, you do have to join the Expressions Craft Studio group. That's where the link will be. So that's the link you'll want to look for in the comments below. But anyway, so let's just go and see if we can't set this up in Design Space. But before we do that, you can see here I used a variety of different backgrounds. I've got an embossing folder here on this one and on this one. And then I just used paper on the backgrounds of these. Gosh, I hope that's showing up correctly. Anyway, so and then I just added some of my pre-cut embellishments. But you can, again, finish these off however you want. I did mine in the A2 style. She gives you the dimensions for both A2 and 5x7. So, you know, use whichever size you like. And let's go over to Design Space. So it's been a couple of weeks since I made mine. And I'm doing my best to remember the measurements, so hopefully I won't be all over the place with this video, because I know that really bothers some people. And trust me, I get it. It bothers me too. But, you know, as you get older, your brain isn't quite as sharp, so I do my best. But anyway, we're going to start with the shape, and we're going to start with this. Well, I'd start with the rectangle, except it looks rounded, so I'm going to go with the square. And we'll just turn it into a rectangle. Now, first thing I'm going to do is change the background color, because I don't like that gray. Okay, so now we want to select our square, and we're going to unlock our ratio or proportions feature, and we want to make this 5x5. Oops, well, I hope if I hit the right keys. I need to cut my fingernails, I think. And 4.25, and that is our basic A4 landscape card front. Now, we actually need to add an inch to both sides of this, so I'm going to make this 7x5, and then we're going to add some score lines. So let's put that up there, and under shapes we're going to grab this first one, which is our score line, and we know it needs to be 4.25 high. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And we want it at the 1/2 inch, which if we come up here under position and the X, we can just make that 0.5, and that puts it in exactly the right spot. Now we want to duplicate this because we need 3 more of these, so we're going to hit the duplicate button. You can either do Control D or you can click this icon 3 times. Since I'm here, I'm just going to click it. This one we're going to put at the 1-inch mark. And of course we want this to be 0 because we want it at the top. Might as well just go ahead and make both of these 0 to get them up towards the top where we want them. And then this one is going to be, since this is our base is 7.5, we want this to be 7. Or actually, let's just go ahead and do 6.5. And then we'll make this one 7. Now you may be wondering, well, what difference does it make? Why did she choose to do one instead of the other when you've got to do both anyway? Well, I believe, and this may be more information than you want, but I believe when the Cricut is cutting things, it's cutting them in the order that they were created. So rather than having it go from here to here to there to there, I just kind of want it to go in the order that it's created. So that's why I did that. It may not matter. I may be wrong. That's just kind of my observation. So anywho, so this is our card base front, or the, it's going to go on our card base. So it's our cover. I'm going to attach those score lines, and then I'm going to take the base and I'm just going to duplicate that. And I'm actually going to make this 11 inches wide. And that's going to be the actual card base. Now you don't have to use this part if you don't want to. And I'm thinking I did that. Well, first of all, I didn't change any of this, my measurements that way. So I guess I need to unlock it. Okay, maybe that'll work. So then let's go by 11. There we go. And then we'll grab this last score line here, which, since it's all attached, should be that. Oh, nope, it's going to be this one. And I'm going to duplicate that. And I'm just going to bring this down here now. Because I know this is the size of this, I can just go and up here and change the location or the position of it. But the other option you have, if that's not something that that's easy for you to think of or remember, the other option is to just take this, put it wherever you want it. While it's still highlighted, hold the Control key and then click on the card base, and then go under Align and Center. And there you have it, it's centered. So we'll attach that one. So at this point, the card base and the card front are both ready to cut. And once it's cut, the card front, you could actually then use your die here, or you can go ahead and add a shape here right now if you want to. So let's just see what we have under shapes, and maybe we'll choose something. What's coming up? Mother's Day? Flower might be nice. Don't necessarily like that flower, but we have a limited selection, so let's go ahead and choose that. So then you're going to want to put that in here and size it the way you want it to look. And I think we want that a little bit bigger. How big? That is 3.35. Let's make it 3.5. And then we're going to center it. Now you can go ahead and cut this shape out here if you want, or you can attach it and have it just cut out in Design Space. So that just saves you a step, but it's whatever's easier for you. So you could have gone ahead and sliced that shape out of there, or you can just attach it and it'll cut out automatically. And then you can save that for something else. So that's how I would create that in Design Space. And then I would save it. and I would put it under probably like fancy fold cards or fun fold cards. Either one. I need to redo all this. And I would say, what did Jennifer call this? She called it the Shadow Box Card. That's right. Okay, and then I would just save it. And there you go. It's ready to be cut out. Now, if you want different colors of paper, you would, of course, cut this out on a different mat, so you'd want to change the color. Maybe you've already got card bases made up and ready to go, and so you don't need to cut this out at all. You may want to choose to cut a piece for a background here. That's up to you. However you want to do that is perfectly fine. You know, it's all about getting your creativity out. So once I've cut all that out, then I'd go back and I'd fold my score lines. So this would be a mountain and then a valley, and a mountain and a valley, and you would glue those to the top of your card. So once you get your card front and your card base put together, then you can decorate it however you want. Now, because I did use a decorative die, I just added some snowflakes from my pre-cut stash, some sentiments from my stash, and some papers that I had left over, as well as some embossed backgrounds. But you can do this however you like, and with more or less, whatever floats your boat. And they're really pretty easy, and they're kind of fun and cute, and they just naturally pop up once they pull out of the envelope. So it's not like the person on the receiving end has to do anything extra. Like with easel cards, they have to know that they need to prop it up and kind of lock it behind a piece on the card base. But with this, they don't need to do that. They take it out and it stands up and it pops out and it looks great. So have fun with this. I did. Sorry that I've kind of rushed through this. I'm currently a week behind schedule on my videos, so I decided to kind of take the easy way out. But since most of you like shorter videos, hopefully you won't mind. Anyway, as always, thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And just as a reminder, the links below will be include Cards for Soldiers and the Angel Card Project, which are what I'm making, the two organizations I'm making these cards for this upcoming holiday season. Both worthy causes, so hopefully you'll check those out. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you. And this is Georgiana with Expressions Craft Studio, and happy crafting.